Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Business Kul. I'm your friend Akhil, and today is the day of 19th of 100-day challenge, and we are reading the book of Elon Musk. Recently, we have completed our first book of Atomic Habit. I hope that you have lots of good things learned from that book. So, this is also a good book. If you will read or listen very carefully, means attentionfully, you will definitely learn again very valuable thing from this book as well. Before that, I would again like to that I am here from uh, I am here to make my fluency a bit better and a confident speaker. And the same thing, if you want, also you can message me directly. My WhatsApp number is 9873976739. We can help each other, and the same number is in description box as well. So let's start off the today 19th day. It's the first chapter, I guess, and first chapter is a bit long, so we will cover in third session, and today we'll complete definitely. Yeah, I would subscribe to a lot of this type of thinking until that first visit to Musk land. While Musk had been anything but shy about what he was up to, a few people outside of his companies got to see the factories that R&D, research and development centers, and a machine shop, and to witness to scope of what he was doing firsthand. Here was a guy who had taken much of the Silicon Valley ethic behind moving quickly and running organizations free of bureaucratic hierarchies and applied to moving big, fantastic machines and chasing things that had the potential to be the real breakouts we would be missing. By rights, a Musk should have been part of the Malaysia. He jumped right into dot-com mania in 1915 when fresh out of college. He founded a company called Zip2, primary Google Map meets app. That first venture ended up a big, quick hit compact bought Zip2 in 1999 for $307 million. Musk made 22 dollar million from the deal and poured almost all of it into his next venture, a startup that would more into PayPal as the largest shareholder in PayPal. Musk became fantastically well-to-do when eBay acquired the company for $1.5 billion in 2002. Instead of hanging around Silicon Valley and falling into the same funk as his peers, however, Musk decamped to Los Angeles. The conventional wisdom of the time said to take a deep breath and wait for the next jump, next big thing to arrive in due course. Musk rejected the Musk rejected that logic by throwing $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into Solar City. Short of building an actual money crushing machine, Musk could not have picked a faster way to destroy his fortune. He became a one man, ultra risk taking venture capital shop and doubled down on making super complex physical goods into of the most expensive places in the world, Los Angeles and Silicon Valley. Whenever possible, Musk companies would make things from scratch and try to rethink much that the aerospace, automotive, and solar industries had expected a convention. With SpaceX, Musk is battling the giants of the US military industrial complex, including Lockheed Martin and Boeing. he is also battling nation most notably Russia and China. SpaceX has made a name for itself as the low-cost supplier in the industry, but that in and of itself it not is not really good enough to win. The space business require dealing with a mess of politics, backstretching, and protectionism that undermines the fundamentals of capitalism. Steve Jobs faced similar forces when he went up against the recording industry to bring the iPod and iTunes to market. The crockery luddites in the music industry were a pleasure to deal with compared to Musk for who build weapons and countries for a living. SpaceX has been testing reusable rockets that can carry payloads to space and land back on the Earth on their launch pads with precision. If the company can perfect this technology, it will deal a devastating blow to all of its competitors and almost assuredly push some mainstay of the rocket industry out of business while establishing the United States as the leader of world leader for taking cargo and humans for space. It's a threat that Musk figures has earned him plenty of fierce enemies. The list of people that would not mind if I was gone is growing. Musk said, "My family fears that the Russians will assassinate me." With Tesla Motors, Musk has tried to revamp the way cars are manufactured and sold while building out a worldwide fuel distribution network at the same time instead of hybrids, which in Musk lingo are uh, sub uh, suboptimal comparison compromises. Tesla strives the make all electric cars that people lust after and that push the limits of technology. Tesla does not sell these cars through dealers. It sells them on the web, and in Apple-like galleries located in high-end shopping centers. Tesla also does not anticipate making lots of money from servicing its vehicle. Since electric cars do not require the oil changes and other maintenance procedures of traditional cars, the direct sales model embraced by Tesla stands as a major affront to car dealers used to haggling with their customers and making their profit from ex, uh, exorbitant maintenance fees. These so-called supercharging stations are solar powered and Tesla owners pay nothing to refuel, while much of Americans infrastructure decade Musk is building a futuristic end-to-end transportation system allow that would allow the United States to leapfrog the rest of the world. Musk's vision and of late execution seems to combine the best of Henry Ford and John D. Rockefeller. With SolarCity, Musk has funded the largest installer and financer of solar panels for customers and businesses. Musk helped come up with the idea for SolarCity and served as its chairman, while his cousins Lyndon and Peter Evans run the company. SolarCity has managed to undercut dozens of utilized and become a large utility in its own right during a time in which clean tech businesses have gone bankrupt with alarming regularity. Musk has built two of the most successful clean tech companies in the world. The Musk company empire, the Musk empire of factories, tens of thousands of workers and industrial might has incumbents on the run and has turned Musk into one of the richest men in the world with a net worth around $10 billion. The life that Musk has created to manage all of these advent uh, endeavors is preposterous. Preposterous. A typically week starts at his mansion in Bel Air. On Monday, he works the entire day at SpaceX. On Tuesday, he begins at SpaceX, then hops onto his jet, and flies on Silicon Valley. He spends a couple of days working at Tesla, which has its office in Palo Alto and a factory in Fremont. Musk does not own a home in Northern California and ends up staying at the Luke's Rougewood Hotel or at friends' houses to arrange the stays or with friends. Musk assistants will send an email asking room for one, and if the friend says yes, Musk turn up at the door late at night. Most often he stays in a guest room, but he's also been known to crash onto the couch after winding down with some video games. Then it's up back to Los Angeles and SpaceX on Thursday. He shared custody of his five young boys, twins and triplets, with his ex-wife. Justin and had them 4 days a week. Each year must tabulates the amount of flight time he endures per week to help him get a sense of just how out of hand things are getting. Asked how he survived his schedule, Musk said, I had a tough childhood, so maybe that was helpful. During one visit to Musk Land, he had to squeeze our interview in before heading off for a camping trip at Create Lake National Park in Oregon. Oregon. It was almost 8 p.m. on Friday, so Musk would soon be peeling his boys and nannies into his private jet and then meeting drivers who would take him to his friends at the campsite. The friends would then help the Musk clean, unpack and complete their pitchback arrival. Then he would take off on that evening for a New York, sleep, hit the morning talk shows on Monday, meetings, email, sleep, fly back to Los Angeles Tuesday morning, work at SpaceX, fly to San Joe Tuesday afternoon to visit the Tesla Motor Factory, fly to Washington DC that night, and she spent a couple of days working uh, working at SpaceX. Then to go a weekend conference held by Google chairman Eric Schmidt in Yellowstone. At the time, Musk had just split from his second wife, the actress Tallulah Riley, and was trying to calculate after he could mix a personal life into all of this. I think the time allocated to the businessman and the kids is going fine. Musk said, I would like to allocate more time to dating, though. I need to find a girlfriend. That's why I need to carve out just a little more time. I think maybe even another 5 to 10. How much time does a woman want a week? Maybe 10 hours, and that's kind of a minimum. I don't know. For for one of his most recent birthdays, Musk invited 50 people to a castle, or at least the United States best approximation of a castle. In Tarrytown, New York, this party had a Japanese steampunk theme, which is sort of like a sci-fi lover's wet dream, a mix of corsets, leather, and machine worship. Musk depressed as a samurai. The festivities included a performance of the Mikado, a Victorian comic opera by Gilbert and Sullivan, set in Japan at a small theaters in the heart of town. I am not sure the American got it, said Riley, whom Musk remarried after his 10 hours a week dating plan failed. The Americans and everyone else did enjoy what followed. Back at the castle, Musk doned Blinford got pushed up against a wall and held balloons in each hand and another between his legs. Still, I thought he would maybe hit one gonad, but not both. The the onlookers were stunned and frightened for Musk's safety. That was bizarre, said Bill Lee, a technology investor and one of Musk's good friends. But Elon believes in the science of things. One of the world top sumo wrestlers showed up at the party along with some of his competitors. A ring had been set up at the castle, and a Musk faced off against the champion. He was 350 pounds, and that were not jiggly pounds, Musk said. I went full ad adrenaline rush and managed to lift the guy off the ground. He let me win. He let me win that first round and then beat me. I think my back is still screwed up. Relay turned planning these types of parties for Musk into an art. She met Musk back in 2008 when his companies were collapsing. The collapsing, she watched him lose his entire fortune and get ridiculed by the press. She knows that the sting of these years remains and has combined with the other traumas in Musk's life, the tragic loss of an infant son and a brutal upbringing in South Africa to create a tortured soul. Relay has gone to great length to make sure Musk escaped from work and this past leave him feeling refreshed, if not healed. I try to think to fun things he has not done before where he can relax. Relay said, we are trying to make up for his miserable childhood now. Genuine as relay efforts might have been, they were not entirely effective. And not long after the sumo party, I found Musk back at work at the Tesla headquarters in Palo Alto. It was a it was a Saturday. Hundreds of young men were at work. Some of them designing cars, parts on computers, and others conducting experiments with electronics equipment on their desk. Musk upright laugh would erupt every few minutes and carry through the entire floor. When Musk came into a meeting room, where I would be waiting. I noted it how impressive it was for so many people to turn up on a Saturday. Musk saw the situation in a different light, complaining that fewer and fewer people had been working weekends of late. We have been grown fucking soft. Musk replied, I was just going to send out an email. We are fucking soft. Uh, my dinners with Musk and this kind of declaration seems to fit with our impressions of other visionaries. It's not hard to imagine, however, Hughes of Steve Jobs casting their workforce in a similar way. Building things, especially big things, is a messy business. In the 2 decades Musk has spent creating companies, he's left behind a trail of people who either adore or despise him during the course of my reporting. These people lined up to give me their take on Musk and the glory details of how he and his business operate. My dinners with Musk had periodic trips to Musk land revealed a different set of possible truths about the man. He set about building something that had the potential to be launched and the potential to be much grander than anything Hughes of jobs produced. Musk has taken industries like aerospace and automotive that America seemed to have given up on the recast them as something new and fantastic. At the heart of this transmotive are Musk skills as a software maker and his ability to apply them to machines. He merged atoms and bits in ways that few people thought possible, and the results have been spectacular. It's true enough that Musk has yet to have a consumer hit on the order of the iPhone or to touch more than 1 billion people like Facebook. For the moment, he is still making rich people toys, and his budding empire could be an exploded rocket or a massive Tesla recall away from collapse. On the other hand, Musk companies have already accomplished far more than his loudest detractors thought possible, and the promise of what to come has to live hardened types feeling optimistic during their weaker moments. To Matt Allen is the shining example of how Silicon Valley might be able to reinvent itself and be more relevant than chasing these quick IPOs and focusing of getting incremental products out, said Edward Jung, famed software engineers and inventor. Those things are important, but they are not enough. We need to look at different models of how to do things that are longer term in nature. And in this sense, Musk comes off a much more like Thomas Edison that Howard Hughes. He is an inventor, celebrity, businessman, and industrialist able to take big ideas and turn them into big products. He is employing thousands of people to forge a metal in American factories at a time when this was thought to be impossible. Born in South Africa, Musk now looks like America's most innovative industrial and outlandish thinker and the person most likely to set Silicon Valley in a more ambitious course. Because of Musk, Americans could wake up in 10 years with the most modern highway in the world, a transit system run by thousands of solar-powered charging stations and traversed by electric cars. By the time SpaceX may well be be standing up rockets every day, taking people and things to dozens of habits and making preparation for longer tracks to Mars. These advances uh, simultaneously difficult to fathom and seemingly inevitable if Musk can simply buy enough time to make them work. As his ex-wife Justin put it, he does he wants and his relentless about it. It's Ellen world and the rest of us live in it. Okay, we can say that it's world. So guys, this was the end of chapter one and it was really so tiring. I feel tired. So guys, if you found this video any helpful or you want to bit confident speaker, I want to be, please message me. We will get together. We'll make together. Number is 98739767739. Till the time, guys. Goodbye.